तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः।
केशव काले मलहारे जय माधव मरण मुरारे जय माधव मरण मुरारे। करुणा कर द्रौपदी पुकारे करुणा कर द्रौपदी पुकारे पतुमैल पत गए बनवारे पतुमैल पत गए बनवारे निरकुर रहे नारे नारे निरकुर रहे नारे नारे जय माधव मरण मुरारे जय माधव मरण मुरारे जय केशव कालिमल हारे जय केशव कालिमल हारे जय माधव मरण मुरारे जय माधव।
Welcome each and every one of you here this evening to this beautiful Monday evening satsang as we gather here to join in Bhagavad Gita chanting with His Holiness Swami Prakashananda Ji all the way from Trinidad. Swamiji, my dear friends, I'll give you a very little introduction about Swamiji. Swamiji was born in Trinidad and he has extensive knowledge and background, academic qualifications. But at some point in time, at some point in his life, he thought he wanted spiritual guidance and spiritual enlightenment. And therefore, under the leadership of Swami Chinmanayananda Ji, he went to India and he studied and he became a Swamiji and a Brahmachari. During that time, Swamiji has nurtured the lives of many wonderful souls, trained many wonderful devotees. And for over the last 20 years or more, Swamiji has been teaching Sanatana Dharma and Hinduism across the globe, not only in Guyana, but around the world, Trinidad, USA. Swamiji has been enlightening and giving pravachans across the world and enlightening noble souls like us. So this evening I would like to welcome Swamiji here for the second time at this beautiful temple. He was here a few months ago and we are indeed blessed and fortunate to have him with us this time as he chants and he gives us knowledge from Bhagavad Gita. This is their 7th session of 100 out of 108 chanting Bhagavad Gita across the length and breadth of Guyana. So we are fortunate to be a part of this great initiative. So without any further ado, I'd like to hand the microphone over to Swamiji. Prem se bolo Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. Prem se bolo Vyas Maharaj ki jai.
राधे 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 गोविंद
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 राधे 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 गोविंद सब कहिए
राधे 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 गोविंद
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 कृष्ण मुकुंद
कृष्ण मुकुंद
बाल गोविंद
बाल गोविंद
कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणे ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। हरि ओम्। Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Karpanya dosho ahat svabhavah.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Pritchhami tvam dharma sammudachetah.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Yat shreyasyan nishchitam bhutan me.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Nai prapashyami mamapanudya.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Yachokam
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
avapyamuvasapatnamritam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
avapyamuvasapatnamritam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Rajyam suranam api chadhumatyam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukund Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Mukunda Krishna.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavah. This is turning point in Bhagavad Gita. For those of you who have not been there in the previous nights, Arjuna is trying to evade his duty as a soldier, and the evasion is based solely on non-discrimination, the refusal to use his proper judgment and to give in to emotions. And the emotion sprung from feeling sorry for his own people. Emotion sprung from myness, my people on the other side. So he had fought many a battle in the past, and he had no qualms about fighting. But now it was his people, and that is, I told you, root of all corruption in society is me and mine. Huh? So Arjuna is now also bent on engaging in corrupt practices, meaning to say, because it is my people, even though they are criminals, they are doing all wrong things. Atatayinaha, atatayins they are called. He himself calls them. They have done all the wrong things that a society can have. Every wrong thing they had done. And see, Arjuna also is not, you can see how he is not thinking, and he has become so overwhelmed by emotion. He is not remembering that they had also tried to disrobe Draupadi in front of all of them. These Atatayins, these wicked criminals. So he's forgotten that also. How far emotion can blind us and make us commit the worst things. He's going, just by now refraining from fighting, he is going to allow crime to perpetuate. So that's a terribly wrong thing, but that is all based on emotions. His discrimination is totally gone. But I told, in spite of all of that now, somewhere behind his mind, he feels maybe that decision is a wrong decision. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Better I surrender to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. So he makes a master move in surrendering to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. My Prabhu, I have surrendered to you. Now you teach me, I am your Shishya. And yet shreyan syat nishitam bruhitan me. Bruhi means tell me decidedly that thing which is proper to do. I want to know that. So all of those are very good questions, also directives he gives to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And he tells, Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyat yachokamuchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhuma vasapatnam ritam. I do not see how, after having gained this kingdom and all of that, Rajam Suranam, after having gained this kingdom and kingship and all of that, we can be happy by having killed our own people, and not seeing that and being bewildered in mind. All this confusion in my mind seems to be drying up my senses, as it were. And I feel, even if we get the kingdom, the kingship of all the the heavenly regions, or Swarga even, I will not be prepared to kill my own people and then try to enjoy kingdom like that. So way down to the end also. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyat yachokamuchoshanam indriyana. Even if I get the kingship of the heavens also, I don't feel that this thing will go away like that. All of this type of thing. Anyway, so now Sanjaya concludes his report to Arjuna's despair and despondence to the blind king Dhritarashtra in the next two verses. See, this is now number 9 and number 10. Sanjaya Uvacha Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama
Shri
विषीदन्तमिदं वचः
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण
शरणं मम
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Eva Muktva, having said like that, Hrishikesham, to Hrishikesha, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, who having said? Arjuna having said, Parantapa. Arjuna having said, Gudakesha, Parantapa, Nayotsya iti Govindam. O Prabhu, I will not fight. Nayotsya, like that. Having said, Uktva tushnim babhuva. He became silent. Having said this, he became silent now. Tushnim means silent. Arjuna, now he did not say anything. But he didn't stop crying. He didn't say anything after that. But he didn't stop crying. And the next verse is very, very instructive, wonderful verse. I referred to it on the first day when we had the inauguration. Tamuvacha Hrishikeshaha Prasanniva Bharata Bhagavan Shri Krishna. O Bharata. Now this is O Bharata is here referring to Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya is telling. O Dhritarashtra, Bhagavan Shri Krishna Prasanniva, smiling. Bhagavan Shri Krishna smiling. Sena Yorubayor Madhye Vishidantamidam Vachaha said these words and see how Arjuna is characterized here. Now see, this is Jiva's life. Arjuna's now in this verse, Arjuna's name is not given. No name for Arjuna is given. How is he called? Vishidantam Arjunam. Arjuna means to be understood. Vishidantam means the crying fella. In Guyanese language. The cry man, what do you call it? The man who crying. Vishidantam. The one who is sorrowing. He's called. Tamuvacha Hrishikeshaha Prasaniva Bharata Sena Yoruvayor Madhya Vishidantamidam Vachaha. Bhagavan spoke these words. So now Arjuna, I told, represent all of us. Because all of us, from Dhritarashtra to everybody come back in this Bhagavad Gita beside Bhagavan Shri Krishna, we have this thing. What is that? Me and mine. It's a great disease. Based on that me and mine, we commit all sorts of wrong things in this world. So he's us, all of us. And what is the life of this jiva because of this wrong thing? One sorrow after the next. This jiva has one sorrow after the next. Everything is a sorrow for him. That's why he's always running away from that sorrow and running towards some joy. Because everything is sorrow. That's why he's all the time running. If nobody wants to sit down quietly. Sit quietly and do nothing. We are waiting only for the satsang to finish to go home. The satsang also is sorrow. Temple also is sorrow. Because when the Baba go finish, when the Pandit go finish, when the Swami go finish, like that. Because the satsang also becomes, you see, if it was not sorrow, it was joy. Who wants to live joy? Nobody will want to live joy. So the jiva's life is a life of sorrow actually. You will see. He is never satisfied. If he one day, as Mahatma was sitting in his ashram like this, and taram in front of him, a mouse fell, a rat. What had happened? A hawk had caught the rat, and another hawk pounced on him while he was flying with the rat. And because the two of them got in a fight, the rat fell out. But it fell in front of the Mahatma. So the Mahatma had compassion on this half-dead rat. So he said, he took him and saved him. And then he said, "Oh Mahatma, see my plight, see my condition. In my whole life, there is only one sorrow after the next. Right? The hawk will chase after me, the cat will chase after me, any other creature there, tiger, right? Anybody, they will all chase after me. Snake will chase after me, snake swallow me like anything. All the time is sorrow. He said, Mahatma ji, my worst enemy, worst enemy is cat. Why don't you make me into a cat? So the Mahatma said, okay. With out of compassion, he said, Tathastu. He became a cat. And he left the ashram and he walked out. As soon as he walked out from the ashram, a dog took after him. The dog chased him. So he ran back into the ashram. He said, Mahatma, now the dog chased after me now. Why don't you make me into a dog? So the Mahatma said, okay, Tathastu. Made him into a dog. He left the ashram and he wandered away into the bush. A tiger chased after him. So he ran back to the ashram now. Hey, Mahatma, why don't you make me into a tiger? So Mahatma made him into a tiger. So he ran out the ashram. Then a hunter threw a net and almost catch him. So he escaped the net. He ran back to the Mahatma. Why don't you make me into a hunter? So the Mahatma made him into a hunter. Then after going out now, the hunter with the net there, pack up, a rat come and bite the whole net and broke it to pieces. Chew all the rope in the net. Now a hunter without a net. So he gone back to the Mahatma and said, that little rat bite all my net. Bite up the net. Why didn't you make me into a rat? So he gone full circle. The idea is, any body, any sharir, this body, deha, or any position, or any loka, this jiva is there. Wherever he is there, this jiva will be faced with joys and sorrows, and he only wants the joys and not the sorrow. That's all he wants. And one more thing, any little sorrow overshadows all joy. This is nature of samsara. This clothes are clean and one black spot here. He doesn't want to use this clothes to go to any function. Correct? He'll not use it. You know how I'll go to one black spot there. That little one black spot overshadows the cleanness of the rest of the clothes. All sorrow is like that. No matter how much joy. See, I have everything in my house, and the neighbor has a television, and I don't have a television. I have every other thing in my house functioning fine. But that one little thing, this body fit and healthy and everything. Tip top shape, no high blood pressure, no diabetes, no heart problem, no cardiac problem, no nothing. He's in tip top shape. But one little, this nail grow into the flesh. Right on one finger only, on one side only. It grow into the flesh. Miserable like anything. This one sorrow overshadow. This one unhealthy thing overshadow all the health of the body and all that. This is sansara. This is sansara in which we are living. And this duality is what characterizes the sansara, and it is also there in this verse, in these two verses which we just chanted. And the jiva is caught within these pairs, these dual pairs, caught like anything. Right here you see, Bhagavan laughing and Arjuna crying. We talked about this on the first day. Prasanneva Bharata and Vishidantam idam Arjunam. One crying, one laughing. And this is Jiva's life. One day we cry, one day laugh. And then when some people start crying, they forgot about laughing totally. Kabir Sahib writes in this, at one place about this duality and how the Jiva is caught. I am sure all of you would have heard. See, चलती चाकी देख कर सो दिया कबीरा रोए, चलती चाकी देख कर सो दिया कबीरा रोए, चलती चाकी देख कर सो दिया कबीरा रोए, दो पाथन के बीचिया, दो पाथन के बीचिया, दो पाथन के बीचिया, दो पाथन के बीचिया, बचा न कोई, कबीरा साबत बचा न कोई।
चलती जागी देख कर सो दिया कबीरा ने।
दो पाखन के बीचिया,
दो बादल के बीचिया,
साबत बचा न कोई,
कबीरा साबत बचा न कोई। चलती देख कर सो दिया कबीरा ने। चलती देख कर सो दिया कबीरा ने।
This is the most famous couplet of the great Sant Kabir Sahib. I don't know who has not sung this thing. Kabir walked into somebody's house and he saw the chaki, what we call jata hai. I don't know if Guyana used to have that grinding stone. One stone and another stone on top. Two stones. And the top one you have a handle which is turning like this. And they used to put grains in the middle. And those grains used to get between the two stones like that. When you're turning. And that grain turned to powder. Comes out on the side, turned to powder. And it says this jiva, all of us, what he means to say, all of us in these jivas, we are caught in this sansar between these dual pairs, in the duality, joy and sorrow, health and disease, gain and loss, all these pairs, we are caught in between them and will be pulverized because we end up in the between these two stones of life and death. And then what happens in the end? You pulverize or not? You pulverize only. Either you go under 6 feet and pulverize, or you go to the smashan, cremation site and pulverize. But in any case, pulverize. You see? So we are caught like this. So he cried, Kabira diya roy. He cries when he sees this. And this is the plight of the jiva, and it is demonstrated very nicely in these two verses. See, one crying, one laughing. So crying and laughing. Joy and sorrow. Now who is the one who is laughing? Bhagwan is laughing. And who is the one who is crying? Jiva is crying. So when the jiva is going to stop crying now? The jiva will only stop crying when he becomes like Bhagwan. When he realizes his oneness with Bhagwan. Otherwise, cry all the way. Sorrow means cry means sorrow. It's sorrow for this jiva all the way down to the wire. You see? So right in the middle of this battlefield now, there Arjuna crying, and Bhagwan spoke these words. Idam vachaha. He spoke these words. Tam uvacha. He said it to Arjuna. Now, one more thing. I told previously, I have to tell again, you have to remember, this message is not for Arjuna only. And in any case, Arjuna already gone. So why are we studying Gita? If this message was for Arjuna, he already gone. So why are we studying Gita? So this message is for us. It is not merely for Arjuna. This message is for all of humanity. And so now, Bhagavan is going to point out all where this jiva goes wrong, what all wrong understanding he has, what all wrong things he does, what all wrong ideas he harbors and all that, and protects very nicely all wrong understanding and all such things. He is going to tell, and this forms the teaching for all of humanity. All jivas have to study this Bhagavad Gita very nicely. Nowhere else is this jiva going to be saved from his sorrow. Nowhere else. Even if people say that they will go to heaven, and in heaven everything will be nice, that is all illogical things only. In heaven also, if people who talk about going to heaven, right? In heaven also, if there is duality, once there is duality, the jiva will be miserable. The jiva cannot find absolute joy in duality. And if in heaven there is going to be duality, see, I'll tell you all these stories. Let me tell you one story of heaven. How people talk about heaven all the time, right? And tell me if there will not be sorrow there also. Two fellows died, and they went to heaven. And in heaven, one of them was given a nice mansion, because they're all stories you hear, na? And then another one was given a little jhopri. a hut. Right? So now there's duality already or not? Well, if one has a bigger house, one has a smaller house, so big and small, this is duality. Right? So one given a mansion, you hear stories like this all the time or not? One is given a mansion and another one is given a little jhopri. So the little one, the one who got the little jhopri, he complained, what is this? How you will give me a little house and you give that fellow a big house? So the man who was responsible for dispensing houses or whatever there, that man said, well, you see, when you are on earth, whatever you give in charity, we take that and we build a house for you here. Whenever you are on earth, whatever you give in charity, we take that same money and we build a house for you here. So, if you get a jhopri, that is your money only. And if that fellow got a mansion, it is his money only. Right? Those type of stories we hear all the time. I heard this. This is from Christian people. I've heard this. So now, if you tell me a story like that, right? Which hundreds of stories like that is there. You are telling me that there is duality there. There is one with a big mansion and there is one with a jhopri. And why he complain? Because he miserable. The one with the jhopri, why he complain? If there is a place about joy, 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 why you complain? So whatever is presented is totally most illogical thing, but people don't think. Most irrational, illogical thing. People don't think. Yeah. He say like that, so I believe. So we say this duality persists everywhere in the universe, and the only way this jiva is going to come out of this sorrow is when this jiva realizes his oneness with Paramatma, where there is no duality. That is the only way the duality gets removed. The jiva realizes his oneness with Paramatma. I am part and parcel of that Paramatma. You all know Tulsidas ji has written, Ishvara ams jiva avinashi chetan amal sahaj sukh rashi.
Shri Ram Jaya
Ramchandra ki jai. Tulsidas ji in these verses also, and in this Bhagavad Gita we will see several times also that we are part and parcel of that Paramatma. I am just feeling myself to be separate right now. I have to realize I am not separate. That will remove duality. But as long as there is duality in my mind, me and mine, you and yours, as long as this is there, there will be joy and sorrow, all the pairs which we know, they will all be there. And I told now, the problem with that, the jiva only like one side of the pair. He doesn't like two sides. And the one side overshadows the other side. Like that. So here it is demonstrated very nicely in these two verses. These pairs, one laughing, one crying, and the one who is laughing is Paramatma. And the jiva, by nature, all the time crying. Then he is described as Vishidantam. All the time sorrowing. Right. So now, Sanjaya ends by saying, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, Hrishikesha here is called here, Idam Vachaha Uvacha. Bhagavan Shri Krishna told these words to Arjuna. Which words? Well, that is what now the teaching of Bhagavad Gita now, the teaching of Bhagavad Gita now start. One whole chapter gone, and it's now chapter number 2, verse 11. And the teaching of Bhagavad Gita now starts. Yesterday, when we saw, he just shouted at him. Just shouted at Arjuna, because you have to bring him out of his delirium, So now see, what is he teaching? Now I must tell you, the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. And one more thing before we tell. The teaching starts when? The teaching starts when the right conditions have been fulfilled. And what is the right condition? The right condition is the thought about the disciple has surrendered to the teacher. First thing. Arjuna already surrendered. Until that point, Bhagavan did not start any teaching. Arjuna surrendered, we saw yesterday. Second thing is, Arjuna tells, Prabhu, please teach me. Not only he surrenders, but he also tells, Shadimam. Shadimam means teach me. So he tells Bhagavan, please teach me. So I cannot just go and prostrate to the teacher, to the guru or wherever, and, oh Guruji, I surrender to you. And bas, finish. Because in the Bhagavad Gita, we'll see in the 4th chapter, he says, Pariprashnena, where I have to ask questions also. I have to say something. I just cannot go and sit there quietly. So Arjuna tells this, Prabhu, you tell me what is the right thing to do. Tell me decidedly. In that also there is one more thing which is not written there, which is understood. And what is that? It is, after Bhagavan Shri Krishna tells Arjuna what is the right thing to do, Arjuna has to have a resolve to follow what Bhagavan tells. Correct or not? But if Bhagavan will just tell what is the right thing to do, and there is no resolve for me to follow anything. But that is actually, most shrotas are like that only. Most shrotas are like that. It goes in this air and goes out the other air. It should not be like that. It should go in the air, go inside, and what is that? Ingested, digested, absorbed, metabolized, and expressed like that throughout the whole personality. So Arjuna, without saying it, seeing his condition and asking the appropriate request from Bhagavan Shri Krishna, is telling, in other words, whatever you tell me to do, I will do that thing. That resolve should also be demonstrated. Now the message is going to be given to Arjuna at this point now. Now let us see. The conditions are right. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. This is now number 11. Where Bhagavad Gita, actually Bhagavan Sri Shankaracharya writes his commentary on Bhagavad Gita, and this is where he starts to write his commentary. Before that he doesn't write any commentary, because before that there is just talk. Now Bhagavad Gita. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
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 Ashocyananda Shocasvam Prajnavadascha Bhashase.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki jai. Bhagavan tells to Arjuna, Ashocyanan Vashochastvam. Ashocyan Anvashochastvam. That those things which ought not to be wept for, you weep. Those things which ought not to be wept for, you weep. Not only that, no, this line is a very sarcastic remark on Jivas. Prajnavadanscha bhashase. Not only that, you give big talk. You're giving big talk. In other words, if you put that in ordinary street language, you're giving big talk, but you're doing foolish things. Now that is a very insulting thing also to Arjuna. You give me all sorts of gyan in the first chapter, all sorts of big talk of knowledge, of scriptures, of past and society, sociology, all kind of thing he gave. So the man who, and this is disease of all jivas, all jivas have this thing. We give big talk and pretend to be big, but any little thing happen in our life, we cry. What happened to all your big talk? What happened to all the big gyan and knowledge and all things which we have? Like that. So we cry all the time for every little thing. And not only, so it's worse than that now. We cry for things which we ought not to cry for. In other words, look here. If something is inevitable, apariharya artha, later on we'll see in the same chapter only. If something is apariharya artha, something which is inevitable, then why you should cry? Like for example, it is when the sun rises in the morning, it is inevitable that the sun will set. Anybody cries? Nobody cries. So like that, every inevitable thing in life ought not to be wept for. This is the teaching there. But the jiva goes on weeping for all things which are inevitable also. If somebody dies in the house, but everybody will die. Death is inevitable or not? Jata sahi dhruva mityu. This will come just now. So, things which are inevitable, we ought not to cry for. Bhagavan is starting this teaching in Bhagavad Gita by showing how we live a life of contradictions. We live a life of contradictions. Now things which are not inevitable, that thing I am supposed to cry for, that thing I don't cry for. But it is not inevitable that I will remain uneducated, remain untutored in Shastras, remain unhealthy. Those things are not inevitable. So many others, I will remain poor. They are not inevitable. I will remain unenlightened. That is not inevitable. But those things which are not inevitable, I fall prey to them, but I don't cry. And the thing which is definitely going to happen, I cry. So the total contradiction, this jiva lives upside down. This is how the Bhagavad Gita starts. Look at that. Upside down life. It really is ulta. And you see, the whole world works like this. You have to give a little bit of thought. You will see. This is how the world runs. See, upside down. Let me just point it out to you. You may not have thought about it. The fellow wants to get educated, but he doesn't want to study. You follow me, He doesn't want to burn the midnight oil. So he wants to get the degree and wants to get educated, but he doesn't want to study. He wants to become rich, but he doesn't want to work. He wants to be healthy, but he doesn't want to live a healthy lifestyle. The fellow like this, he wants to eat, but he doesn't want to cook. Somebody must cook and give him. Everything he wants, but he doesn't want to do the thing necessary for getting that thing. That is upside down or not? But that is upside down. So his whole life is upside down like this. The thing which to cry for, he doesn't cry. The thing not to cry for, he cries. The thing which to do, he doesn't do. The thing which not to do, he does. From childhood. So how about this wonderful thing, how Bhagavan starts this Bhagavad Gita, is his first teaching. It's amazing. He is pointing out the life which is characteristic of a jiva, which is totally upside down. See, and everything which he believes also is upside down. Huh? Everything which he believes is upside down. See, this world and everything in the world is temporary. He feels that everything in this world will give him permanent happiness. It's temporary, he feels it will give him permanent happiness. Then, he feels that he will die one day. Now, this is on the higher standpoint. He feels that one day I will die, and I cannot bear this death which is going to come to me. I will perish, I will vanish into nothing. But really, the truth is opposite of that. We are eternal. Ajo nitya, shashvatoyam puranaha. This same second chapter will tell. So all his belief is upside down. You think that you're only related to these people in your house and you're not related to those people. That also is upside down. We are related to everybody in this whole world equally. Equally. We come up with some phony thing that we are only related to some people. If you think from the standpoint of the 5 elements, your body, mind, intellect are made up of the exact same 5 elements of everybody else. So you are related to space in the same way everybody else is related to space. You are related to air in the same way everybody else is related to air. And so the 5 elements. And so we are related to everybody equally, 100%. Even if you look from a very superficial standpoint, your body and my body is made up of the same baigan and chana and aloo and roti and 7 curry. Your body is made up of the same thing and my body is made up of the same thing. So we are both related to the baigan tree. What do you call baigan in Guyana? Baigan. Balanjan. So you related to the balanjan tree just as me. No difference. If you really give thought to that. So now, we think, no, I'm related to these people more and I'm not related to these people. So about relation, about my mortality, all sorts of thoughts. Any thought you find with this jiva, upside down. So Bhagavan starts his Gita like this. My dear jiva, you're all the time living an upside down life. See, and now here, whatever you're supposed to cry for, you're not crying. And whatever you're not supposed to cry for, you are crying. Wonderful beginning of Bhagavan's teaching. Ulta life. You have to remember this thing. Huh? And then not only that, on top of that, this jiva who thinks he knows everything. Tulsidas tells about jiva. See, this fellow knows nothing, but he thinks he knows everything. Jiva doesn't know anything about the 3 things which ought to be known. I am supposed to know about myself, I am supposed to know about the Jagat, and I am supposed to know about Paramatma. This Jiva knows none of them. He is called Jiva. And then knowing nothing also, what he does? He gives big talk. Prajnavadanscha bhashase. Bhagavan tells, this is a sarcastic remark. You're giving big talk only. But you know, nothing. An amazing thing. Gatasun agatasumscha na anushochanti pandit. The wise person, pandita, pandasya astiti, pandit, the wise person, he doesn't weep for those who have gone, nor for those who have not gone. The wise person weeps for neither. He is wise. So if you see the man crying, then you know he is not Pandit. Because if he is Pandit, he is not supposed to cry. Na anushochanti pandita. Pandit is plural. Pandits don't cry. That this is the literal meaning of that line. So, for those who have gone, we don't have to worry, because we did not bring them in this world, and we also did not take them. You brought them or what? He said, no. One Amma told me at some place, no, I brought these children in the world. I brought these children in the world. That is delusion. That is pure delusion. I brought these children in the world. I make these children. Look here, if you were not there, Bhagwan would not have found somebody else to send those children in the world, or what? Bhagwan incapable or what? But what Bhagwan he is then if he can't do that? If you were not there, Bhagwan will find somebody else to send those children through into this world. We should never think that I brought them. All wrong delusion, delusory thinking only. So, we did not bring them into the world, and we also cannot take them out of this world. Bhagwan brought them, and he will take them. So, those who have gatasun, who have gone, and agatasun, those who have not gone, why are you weeping? I mean, those who have not gone, for those people also, because everybody come here with their karma, correct? Karma pradhana biswakari rakha. Everybody come here with their karma. So whatever will happen in this world, we should not also worry about. And actually, if people learn this thing, it will bring a lot of peace to this world. I will tell you something. Just now, all over this world, so much of struggle is going on, and so much of this and that. Let me see the time. So much of all things are happening in the world, and in other parts of the world, people are going on protesting and making noise, and this and that should not happen, and the other thing, and other things should not happen. Who are you to tell what should and should not happen in this world? Only karma is playing out in this world. Karma is playing out. And whatever the karma is, so we sow, so we will reap. Karma only playing out in this world. We should not be telling, well, this should not be happening and that should not be happening. No, that does not mean to say that if you see something wrong which is going on, that you should not try to help those who are in. If you see people suffering, actually this is what the scriptures teach only. If you see people suffering, that doesn't mean that you should. Because if I see such and such person suffering and I try to help, I do not know, because I don't know that person's karma, past, this, that, nothing. I do not know if my help will alleviate their sorrow also. But in the end, I will get my mukti by making that help, by offering the help. My mukti will be guaranteed by the help. I don't know if that person's sorrow will go away. I cannot say, because that depends on 100 other things. But my mukti will be, the world is there for my mukti, my enlightenment, you see. And that's how through all of these type of actions, I get my enlightenment, slowly, by all that seva and all the other things. So now, everybody in this world come to their karma. So whoever has not gone, I should not be weeping for them. And those who have gone, Bhagwan is the one who brought, and he is the one who took. Why are you worried about who has come and who has not come, and who has gone and who has not gone, and all that kind of thing? Let Bhagwan do his work. You do yours. That is the idea. And the wise person never weeps for anything. Wise one never weeps. No. The next few verses of this Bhagavad Gita are verses that come out from Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and all. Now, they can be seen from different levels. Now I'll tell those different levels. No? Now this is number 12. See that. Na tvevaham jatu nasam na tvam neme janadipaha.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Na chaiva na bhavishyamah sarve vayamata param.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Now first I'll tell you from the absolute standpoint what this verse is telling, and then we'll see from a very ordinary standpoint. Now you have to see at different levels. This, for those people who are interested in doing deep philosophical study of Bhagavad Gita, you just have to study this one verse. Those people who are interested in what we call as metaphysics, you have to study this one verse only. It's an amazing verse. In one lifetime you can't finish. This is the gravity of what is being said. So now, natve vaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadipaha. There was never a time when you were not. There was never a time when I was not, and all these kings who have gathered here, also all these soldiers and all. Nor shall there come a time, nachaiva nabhavishyamaha sarve vayamata param. Nor shall there come a time in future when we will not be. That means what? That means I was there all the time. I am there now, and I will always be there. That means how many other things now? See the implication of that. If I was always there, I am there now, and I will always be there. That means no Bhagavan created me. So all this idea about creation, now see the implications of the verse. All these ideas about creation and all that kind of thing is all worthless argumentation. That Bhagavan created me at this time and created me at that time and created me for this purpose. See, this one verse tells in Bhagavad Gita rejects the idea of creation. Otherwise, why Bhagavan says, I was always there, and I am there now, and I will always be there. So in Sanatana Dharma, please see this basic and fundamental teaching. The world is called as Anadi. The Jagat is called as Anadi. The Jiva is called as Anadi. And Paramatma is called as Anadi, means beginningless. Sanatana Dharma rejects this idea of creation. That at one time there was a God and there was nothing, and that God somehow conjured up some idea in his mind, and then he started thinking, oh, no, let me create this world. Maybe I am a little bit lonely, I am alone here, and I need to have some friend, somebody to converse with or something. But there will be no rational reason why he created. So in Sanatana Dharma, there is no such thing as creation. You will have to answer so many unanswerable questions. And when I ask people on the other side who believe that the world was created, and they cannot give me the answer, they say, Bhagavan don't want you to know that. That's the answer. The answer is what? The Lord doesn't want you to know that. They will not admit, oh no, I don't know the answer. So, Bhagavan is telling now, what? If I am eternal, I have always been there, I have never been created, I will never be destroyed, it means to say that I am the imperishable reality. How many implications of this verse? I am that imperishable reality. That is why we go on singing all the time. All Hindus sing all across the world. See? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Mano Buddhya Hankar Chittanaham Nacha Shrotra Jihve Nacha Grana Netre Nacha Vyoma Bhumi Natejo Navai Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Satchidanandoham Shivoham Shivoham Satchidanandoham Shivoham Shivoham Satchidanandoham
Shivoham Shivoham Satchidanandoham
Shivoham Shivoham Satchidanandoham
Shivoham Shivoham Satchidanandoham
Shivoham Shivoham Satchidanandoham
Shivoham Shivoham Satchidanandoham
Shivoham Shivoham Satchidanandoham
Shivoham Shivoham Satchidanandoham
Shivoham Shivoham Chinmayanandoham
Shivoham Shivoham Chinmayanandoham
Satchidanandoham
Satchidanandoham
Chinmayanandoham
Chinmayanandoham.
All of these type of lines which we sing so many times, these all mean that my nature is eternal. I was never born and I will never die. I mean, I've always been there. I just came in this body now and I will drop this body and again I will take another body until I merge with Paramatma. But I've always been there. And even when I merge with Paramatma, see, when a drop of water merges with the ocean, drop of water is destroyed or what? It's not destroyed, it's still there. Only it becomes indistinguishable from the ocean. That is all. But I will always be there. So I was telling you the implication of these verses. So many implications are there. All right. Now we'll start back with the same verse tomorrow. Same verse tomorrow. I'll tell you some announcements now and then we'll conclude with Arati. Okay. Tomorrow we will be at Texila American University, at the medical university there. Tomorrow we'll be there. Okay. Please tell others also, if you have the time, please do come. All right. So a very special thank you to Ganesh and all the members of this temple, Bhai Steve, the president, and the other executive members for having arranged tonight for us to be here. As you know, we are doing 108 nights across the length and breadth of Guyana, all the way from Essequibo to Berbice. We will be going. Okay. Those of you who can make it to the different mandirs, please don't miss the opportunity. Bhagavad Gita is being expounded in this historical yajna of 108 nights. All right. Now I'll tell you some other announcements, and then we'll have the arati. So on Saturday, in the morning, this Saturday, at the ashram, we will be chanting the whole Sundar Kanda. It takes about 2.5 hours. Sundar Kanda of Ramayana. Bring your Ramayana and come there. Saturday morning. Saturday is dedicated. You should see in Bharat on Saturday morning when people go to Sankat Mochan Hanumanji temple. Bapre. What fervor and what great energy they foster there in the name of Hanumanji. So on Saturday morning from 7 to 9 at the ashram, we'll be chanting whole Sundarkand of Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidas Ji's Ramcharitmanas. Bring your Sundarkand and join also. All right. On the 1st of February, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., we have a dosa day fundraiser at the ashram. We'll be making dosa, masala dosa and paneer dosa. Dosa is a very healthy Bharatiya food of India, made from rice and urdi dal. It's made like a roti, in the shape of a roti like, and inside there will be curry, aloo and paneer and that kind of thing. Different type of dosas are there. Okay. A paneer dosa is 1200, and a masala dosa is 1000, and a plain dosa is 900. Those are the prices, and if you can call and pre-order, it will be great. Pre-order your dosas, then we'll have an idea how much to make. Okay. Our Vedanta course, the 2-year Vedanta course for the training of brahmacharis and swamis and all that, will start in Trinidad on the 2nd of October. 2-year residential course. You have to come and stay there. It's a very demanding course. Shastras will be taught from 5:30 a.m. all the way till 8 p.m. every single day, no holidays. Right? If you survive that, you will survive. The Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center and the High Commission of India to Guyana have teamed up with Chinmay Mission to conduct National Bhagavad Gita chanting competition. So there will be training in the chanting of Bhagavad Gita from February to June, and then there will be competition in June. Please do sign up. It's for all ages, and learn to chant Bhagavad Gita. All right. Okay. These are the announcements. We will see. If you want to find out all the days where we are and all that, please go to Facebook and check out the dates. The first will be for this beginning portion of this yajna in ECD and Georgetown and EBD, East Bank, Demerara. Then we move to West Bobbies and East Bobbies. Then Legwan and Wakenham. Then Essequibo Coast. Then the last portion will be West Coast and Essequibo East Bank, like that. Last in all the way April, May, like that. Okay. Tomorrow, Texila American University. Please have one of these bookmarks we have made for this special occasion for everybody. We printed them specially for this occasion. Okay. All right. I think that's all the announcements. Now we will have Aarti and we'll conclude. Aarti ke liye sab khade ho jaiye. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita, Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita. Hariya Kamala Vihari, Hariya Kamala Vihari, Sundar Supunite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
मैया
तारिणी बोध सदा
भवभयहारिणि तारिणि
भवभयहारिणि तारिणि
परमानन्दप्रदा
ॐ जय भगवती
आसुरभावविनाशि नाशिनि तमरजनी मैया
नाशिनी तमरजनी
दैवी सगुणदायिनी
दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी
हरिरसिका सजनी
ॐ जय भगवती
समता त्याग सिखावन हरिमुख की वाणी मैया
हरि मुख की वाणी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामी
देवों की रानी
भगवती
दया सुधा बरसावन मातु कृपा की जय मैया
मातु कृपा की जय
हरिपद प्रेम दान कर
हरिपद प्रेम दान कर
अपनो कर ली है
ॐ जय भगवती जय भगवती मैया जय भगवती हरि प्रिय कमल विहारी दरस पुनीत ॐ जय भगवती
ओम जय भगवती
ॐ जय भगवती
ओम जय भगवती
ॐ जय भगवती
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलायतनो हरि मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलायतनो हरि मंगलायतनो हरि मंगलायतनो त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव वंशश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ॐ बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हरि ओम तत्सत प्लीज ऑल सिट Please have a look at the bookstall on your way out. There are wonderful titles. There's Gita for children. Children also can understand Bhagavad Gita. So there's a wonderful title called Gita for children. And Vibhishan Gita from the Ramcharitmanas Lanka Kand. is a very, very famous portion in Lanka Kand where Vibhishan asks Bhagwan Sri Ram some question and Bhagwan Sri Ram answers very nicely. This is the condensed version of Bhagavad Gita. Vibhishan Gita is a condensed version of Bhagavad Gita, in a very small section. And a lot of children titles are there. Krishna, an invisible friend. Please see the bookstall and you can give books as presents. A wonderful present to give to people. Okay. Hari Om. Thank you, Pandit.
Hari Om. Thank you, Swamiji, for those wonderful words of enlightenment. And I know I would have learned a lot this evening, and I hope that you all would have learned something and you have put something into your life that you can take away. One of the things I have learned is that you do not grieve, right, for the inevitable. So it is something that we should all take away this evening and be aware of and conscious of. So on behalf of myself and the members of the Mandir, we would like to say thank you to Swamiji and his team, Devji, for putting together this wonderful program. And we look to collaborate and work with the Chinmaya Mission more in the future for more programs in the coming years. And I know that this mission has a lot to offer to Guyana and to many of the Pandits like myself and all the others who are studying. They have lots to offer. So you as an individual, as devotees of the Mandir, make use of all these beautiful sessions and do enjoy every moment of it. Like Swamiji said, do join him tomorrow at the Texila. Then on Wednesday, they will be at the Lusiknan Gopal Mandir, so do join them there. On Thursday, they will be at Strasbe Vishnu Mandir, but that's right on the road. Join them there. We'll have satsang here, but then after, we can join Swamiji there. And next Tuesday, I am extending a special invitation to all of you to join us at the Ram Ayodhya Mandir. That's the Hope Estate Mandir. Please join us there. I'll be there also. So please join us there as we join with those wonderful souls in the Bhagavad Gita chanting. So namaste to all of you. Thank you. Get home safely. Please partake in bhojan before you leave. Namaste. Hari Om.